Tarzan's Magic Fountain from 1949 starred Lex Barker as the Lord of the Jungle, and he followed nearly 2 decades of Johnny Weissmuller as Tarzan. And you know, as part of this channel, I've been curious to watch some of the many different actors who have taken on the Tarzan role and kind of brought their own flavor to the character. And you know, I think Lex Barker did a really great job here. And you know, I just thought this was enjoyable to watch. And thanks again to my subscriber, Aaron Aram, for motivating me to watch more of these Tarzan films. And you know, I have yet to be disappointed by any one of these Tarzan films. They're all really fun to watch. So let's take a closer look at this one. Well, the film opens up and we've got Tarzan swinging around in the jungle and he rescues some deer from a panther. And right off he barks out that famous Umgawa. And we cut to some chimps having some fun, cheetahs with them, and it's an extremely fake-looking turtle that sprays water at them. Great stuff. Well, Jane is swimming and wonders what Cheetah has found. It looks like an old cigarette case that she shows to Tarzan. And then Cheetah takes them to a crashed airplane. It's complete with a skeleton and a slithering snake, and it spooks Cheetah and her friends. Well, while exploring, they find the diary of Gloria James, who was a pilot who had apparently crashed there. Sort of an Amelia Earhart thing going on, I guess. Jane seems really thrilled to read about it. But maybe it's just me, but watching Tarzan here, he's just kind of like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know. Something about his acting. Well, she wants him to take this journal back to civilization, to go to her surviving family. And Tarzan is just like, no. I'm not really sure why. But a little later, after thinking about it, he has a change of heart and takes the book into town. And he has a brief altercation with a tough-looking pirate guy who's picking on a mule. He shows the journal to Trader Trask, actor Albert Decker, who I've seen in a couple films so far. He's usually the bad guy. Caught him not too long ago in the film In Oklahoma with John Wayne. He's there with his partner in crime, Pilot Dodd, played by Charles Drake. They look through the journal and inform Tarzan that there's a guy in England, Douglas Jessup, who's offering a reward for Gloria's return. It turns out she is the only one who can clear his name of a murder charge for which he had been imprisoned for 20 years. Man, quite the backstory there. The two guys talk about splitting the reward, of course. Tarzan heads home. He passes some cool-looking cliffs, and he, on the way, stops at a hidden village and speaks to the tribal leader, this high one, about Gloria, who lives in the village, and asks if she can be returned. He agrees, after he promises not to reveal anything about their super-secret village to the outside world. Well, Tarzan leaves with Gloria. Now, some very silly-looking natives, they have watched him leave, and they're bickering about this, because they think that Tarzan's going to give away their secret. And one of the guys almost shoots at him, but he's stopped. So keep them in mind. They're very suspicious of Tarzan here. Tarzan brings Gloria James back to meet Jane. Now, Gloria James is played here by Evelyn Ankers of Wolfman fame. That's pretty cool. Jane seems surprised, as Gloria James seems so young. What's going on here, Tarzan? Well, we the viewer will find out soon enough. But the next day they head to town, and Cheetah is fascinated by some kids blowing bubblegum. Trader Trask and Pilot Dodd continue to sneakily conspire about getting this reward money, and they also speculate as to why Gloria James is so young. Could it be something mystical in the jungle? Meanwhile, Tarzan is beating up on the eye patch guy again, but after getting another smackdown, Tarzan and Jane leave, and Trask hires this eye patch guy to go and look for potentially a fountain of youth. The character with the eye patch, by the way, Vredak, I think his name was played by actor Henry Kolke of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea fame. Well, he leads some explorers to go find the hidden village, but as they get closer, well, things don't end too well for the poor eye patch guy. The natives figure that it's probably Tarzan who sent them. It's not really the case, but one of them goes off to find Tarzan to kill him. Meanwhile, a plane flies overhead Tarzan's place and drops off a canister with some packages, magazines, and letters. One letter is from Gloria, who says that Douglas Jessup is now free, she's married him, and they want to go back together to that hidden village with Tarzan. But Tarzan seems kind of dubious and says no. Meanwhile, the local monkeys all have a good laugh at Cheetah, who's blowing bubbles with the bubblegum. The native guy, meanwhile, arrives at Tarzan's place and is planning on killing him, but Tarzan beats him down pretty fast and then snaps his arrows. Tell them Tarzan is their friend, he says. But the suspicious guy doesn't seem convinced and he scurries off. Now, meanwhile, Gloria arrives by plane and meets with Jane. Trask and the pilot Dodd are there as well, and Jane is shocked to see that Gloria has now aged. She introduces her husband, Douglas, played by actor Alan Napier, who is Alfred the Butler from Batman. What's this? Well, they have a big barbecue. Cheetah eats some pepper for comedic relief and then runs to get water because it's so hot and spicy. And Tarzan returns, and he seems kind of grumpy that Gloria and the crew are there. And he says, I'm going to go fishing. Seems like Tarzan and Jane have some marital issues going on here. Well, moody Tarzan leaves, and Jane, flustered, offers to take everyone to the secret valley. However, Tarzan, realizing what's going on, he sneaks along behind them and tells Cheetah that they're going to teach Jane a lesson. Tarzan, you cad. Well, and sure enough, they travel for a while. They set up camp near an anthill, and hilarity ensues as the travelers all are attacked by ants, as Tarzan watches from a tree above. Well, the next day they're getting low on water. Of course, Tarzan finds the secret water sources for himself. But soon enough, there's a massive rainstorm that turns into a flash flood. The gig is up, and Tarzan shows up and saves all of the explorers. But he tells Jane that the next day that they need to go back home again. Trask and Dodd, though, they don't want to go back, and they force Jane at gunpoint to take them on to this hidden village. Tarzan, meanwhile, takes Gloria and Douglas to the secret valley and presents them to the High One, who decrees that they may stay. And he offers them a drink from the village's Fountain of Youth, which has this cool, glowy look to it. But look out! Some of the bad natives quickly subdue Tarzan. Is this the end of Tarzan? And will Jane escape from the bad guys? Well, you'll have to watch this one for yourself to find out. So some closing thoughts. Tarzan and the Magic Fountain was an RKO picture that, as mentioned before, followed nearly 2 decades of Johnny Weissmuller as Tarzan. So this must have been a big change for viewers at the time to bring in Lex Barker. Now, as far as I'm concerned, he does a great job here. And he went on to be in a few more Tarzan films after this. The one that follows Tarzan and the Slave Girl from 1950 will also feature a new Jane, actress Vanessa Brown. So I might get to that one pretty soon and check that out as well. The film was directed by Lee Sholem, and while it's similar to other Tarzan films with, the themes of greedy treasure hunters and so on, it was interesting to see that theme of not just the Fountain of Youth incorporated, but also kind of a window into the domestic world of married Tarzan and their little marital spats and so on. So a little bit different this time. I enjoyed that. Now, supposedly, in this film, there's a small role, is one of the final roles you'll ever see actor Elmo Lincoln in. And Elmo played Tarzan in the original 1918 silent film Tarzan of the Apes. I did a little detective work to try to find him in this. And the best I can tell, I think he is the old guy repairing some fishing nets very briefly at the beginning of the film. Anyhow, that's Tarzan and the Magic Fountain, and that's from 1949, starring Lex Barker. It's a good film, and it's worth checking out.